Welcome back, everyone! Are you ready to examine
With that 15-minute conversation about old RPGs out of the way.
That was an interesting RPG discussion, but I don't know. No, I'm not gonna say that. I was gonna say, or was it?
Yeah, I know you were.
Yeah, I know. But anyway, who really knows? Who really knows?
Examine the key.
Time to examine the knife.
No, the knife. It's a key right now.
It's a key.
Also, that looks nothing like it does down there.
Yeah, I was thinking that too. Is this knife
down there? It looks like a freaking gun blade.
Yeah, a little bit. Oh yeah, he was saying something about that too. He's like, oh, it looks like a gun blade a little bit. And it's like, okay, that's cool.
Okay, good talk.
I mean, there was a little bit more to that, obviously, but still.
When are we playing Resident Evil 5?
What about what?
When are we playing Resident Evil 5?
I don't know. Some
good
preliminary testing has been conducted. According to the results, the blood on the matches the victim's blood. The blade side was also found to be consistent with the stab wound. I suppose that means that we now know that the crime was committed with this knife. This knife's got some really fancy ornamentation going on it, huh, sir?
It'd be pretty difficult to pull fingerprints off of that.
Would it?
Well, yeah, because it's all, like, indented in different ways.
Yes. This thing practically screams artsy at me, too.
It'd be all fragmented.
Yeah, I guess a little bit. But you could probably still draw something out of it.
Yeah,
maybe.
I'm sure you could. It'd just be more difficult.
Although it's also covered in blood, just like the last thing that I said was artsy. But this handle is pristine. There's not a single drop of blood on it. Speaking of the handle, I believe it is a butterfly motif. It's very beautiful.
Cool.
Knife. Type weapons discovered at the Babylese Embassy.
Oh, I think I see where they're going with this.
Do you now?
Yeah.
Discovered at the Babylese Embassy Secretariat office. Knife data jotted down on my organizer.
Because the knife's handle can be swapped out, and it has a butterfly motif, so it's possible that the other side with the flower motif has knives that has handles that can be switched out too.
Covered in the victim's blood, the blade matches the wound.
Something like that. That would make sense.
Would it?
Yeah. Okay, that looks a lot less ornate now. My God.
So this is what took Mr. Kochin's life. Some of his blood is still on the blade. Wow, I've been a detective for 7 years already?
What the?
I've seen a lot of weapons in my days.
Not the time for an introspective.
But knives that were used to kill are always the hardest for me to bear. Yes, unlike guns, this is one weapon where you're likely to find the victim's blood on it. Yeah, just like how this one is particularly drenched in it, huh, sir?
Practically.
You know what I said?
You said particularly.
I don't think I did. Despite that, it looks like the blood managed to miss the handle somehow.
So yeah, it seems like that's where they're going with it.
I guess that makes sense. There's a lot of skilled detailing in this handle. I believe this is a butterfly. Oh, now I see the butterfly.
Really?
Well, I was looking at more at the handle than I was the base of the handle. If that makes any sense.
The base of the handle would be the bottom. That's the top of the handle.
The connecting point of the handle. This is one amazing ornamental knife. And I'm really glad this beautiful butterfly wasn't ruined by blood. There was not even a drop of blood on it. It really is quite exquisite. So much so that even you can understand its beauty, detective. Hey, why do you always have to look down on my taste, sir? I know what I like, and this is really well crafted. Why do I look down on his taste? Because, my dear detective, I'm afraid your tastes are usually quite questionable. This knife. It would appear that the handle is removable.
Yeah, we already gathered that.
I guess so people can change it whenever they feel like it. Sounds like fun, sir.
Well,
I don't think people would remove the handle just for fun, detective. How do you know, Edgeworth? How do you know?
You already look at the blood?
Look at the blood, I already did.
I asked, did you already look at the blood?
Oh, yeah, I already did. Excuse me. Anyway. So, I believe
look at the key!
We have 5 logics now, so are we gonna have more added to that? We'll see. Manny Kochin. I've seen him before. He was the suspect in the KG-8 incident. I was wondering if he was gonna question, like, where have I seen him before, or something like that.
Well, you did forget K. And you.
Yeah, I guess
Except not really you, apparently. I don't friggin' know.
And I saw him talking with the elder sister of the victim of that case, Miss Callisto Yu. I wonder if there is a connection between his murder and the KGA incident. More than you can imagine, Edgeworth. And that's the same hitbox as his face. It's cool, I guess.
Look at his nuts.
Alright.
Yep, that's still Manny Kochin.
I would hope so, anyway. Oh, boy. Oh, the blood! What about that?
Surprised you actually did it.
Just because you asked. It's a knife wound. It's obvious that what he was killed with. But I wonder if it's all consistent with the wound.
What?
Indeed.
Yeah, you understood that? Explain it to me.
Oh, yeah. There appears to be something in his pocket.
That's a not very deep pocket, if it's sticking out like that.
Well, it's a pretty big key / knife, too.
Like, maybe 2/3 of the handle is in the pocket.
Yeah, I'd say it makes sense. I'd say the size matches what I thought about it.
No.
Ugh! This key! It can't be!
I mean, that's the size of, like, an actual key.
Isn't this the Yatagara... What?
Like the size of a house key. That freaking handle, like, the amount of the key that was in... The amount of the handle that was in his pocket was about the size of a normal house key.
I'd say it looked pretty big to me, honestly. Isn't this the Yatagarasu's key that was stolen 7 years ago? But that's... 7 years ago... Oh! Right. You mean that case where I was framed, sir?
Yeah, totally not the same case where we've been talking about for the last freaking 30 minutes.
Look at how big that is. It's a big freaking knife.
Yeah, and we said this before. The blade looks about 4 times bigger there than it did when it was in your freaking inventory.
Did we?
Yeah.
I didn't think it looked that small in my inventory. Yes, it's the piece of evidence that stole the life of Kay's father 7 years ago. Which was then stolen by Callisto Yu.
And that's a tiny gun.
It's also double-barreled, as you made note of.
That tiny double-barrel pistol.
I honestly didn't even notice the double-barrel part until later. I was like, whoa, like, really? Double-barrel?
It's like the bastardized offspring of freaking Nero's Blue Rose and Dante's Ebony.
I don't know what either of those are.
Devil May Cry.
Well, I know what Devil May Cry is, I just don't know what either of the things you just described are.
Nero's Blue Rose is a double-barrel pistol, Magnum, and Dante's Ebony and Ivory are 2 Desert Eagles.
Oh, I see.
At least I think they're Desert Eagles, I don't know.
What? They can't be Desert Eagles! Mr. Faraday was killed with this key, sir! I thought he was killed with a knife! Eek!
Pay attention to the case.
Scruffy! At the very least, try to remember the details of the crimes you were a suspect in.
I mean, it was 7 years ago. Give it a freaking rest.
I would think even 7 years ago, even the people hard of memory would remember something.
This is Gumshoe.
I would think even Gumshoe should remember something like that.
No, this is Gumshoe. No.
Even Gumshoe should remember something like that. Francisca, as you will recall, Detective Gumshoe was not present when Miss Yu made her escape. Excuse me. Actually, that is a good point. They never did. I guess they never did tell Gumshoe that it was... the knife was actually a key, did they?
I don't remember.
Well, see, even among law enforcement, only few knew of this key's existence. I doubt that a new rookie at the time would have been made privy to such knowledge. I feel like the victim right now, all trampled on, sir.
You what?
I don't know. I suppose I'll just have to fill you in now. The secret to this key is... Yeah, exactly. He didn't know. What is the secret? Is this the secret or... Wait a second now. Is that... Wait, if I look at this... Okay. It's not that far-fetched to think that the end of this key was meant to be a butterfly.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
Interesting. The key maker must have been a true patriot to have fashioned this after a national symbol.
Plus, nobody said that the key was the Yatagarasu's make.
Yeah, I suppose so.
It's got butterflies all over it.
Oh, wow, that's amazing, sir. It's like some kind of magic trick.
I mean, look, the freaking blade looks way smaller.
It's also... Wait, what? No, it doesn't.
Yeah, it does.
Does it?
I mean, in that picture, the blade looked like it was at least the same size as the handle. Now it looks like it's two-thirds the size of the handle. Also
nice that they cleaned it within 7 years' time frame. Type evidence discovered at the Babalese Embassy Secretariat's office. Yatagrusel's key...
Yatagrusel?
Jot down organizer. Oh boy.
Oh look, it's a flower.
I knew it. It also looks like there was a weird Master Sword design going on right there.
So it's got both a flower and butterflies on it.
The Yatagarasu stole this from the embassy 7 years ago. It also has a knife. Type evidence discovered at the Babalese Embassy Secretariat's office.
It's pretty interesting that it has the symbol of both countries.
By the way, speaking of knives and murder, I have to say, the Simon Blackquill is really unexpected. Just have to say that. That's all I'm going to say about that.
I mean, I'm pretty sure it was in the promotional stuff who and what he is.
I don't know. I didn't look at the promotional stuff, but I don't care. I don't want to spoil anything, but he's just not what I expected. I just have to say that. I expect him to be crazy, but he's like a different kind of crazy that I was
flat
just not
out
expecting.
told you what he was.
What?
I flat out told you what he was.
Yeah, and shame on you for doing that if you actually did. I'm just glad I forgot. This is the same exact...
Like I said before, I'm pretty sure it was in the promotional stuff.
I remember this beautiful pattern of Legos. I mean, everyone watched the promotional stuff.
I knew about it before.
I avoid promotional stuff to avoid any potential spoilers. I never looked at any of the Zestiria promotional stuff. I'm going to avoid...
If it's in promotional material, it's not a spoiler.
Yeah, it can be.
No, if it's in promotional material, it's not a spoiler.
Some people will even flat out say, well, they spoiled a lot of things from this here. Like, they'll say that in hindsight, but, you know, you don't know that ahead of time. But I don't want us to look at the promotional stuff because I don't want to see that hindsight spoilers. I don't want to see that kind of stuff.
I don't care.
I want to go in completely not knowing a single thing.
And not everyone is you.
Well, sorry.
Like, I'd say
you should be able to respect the fact that I at least want to...
super freaking minority, so you can't assume the fact that everyone thinks the way you do.
Knowing the backstory, knowing the backstory of Blackquill is a spoiler, though. So
yeah, knowing the backstory of it, not knowing what he is now.
Anyway, I remember this beautiful pattern in the blade. I remember this as well. It's a vine motif, isn't it? Yes, it is. It looks like two interwoven vines crisscrossing down the blade. Fine, sirs. I think it looks like a bunch of stars, if you ask me. It's one of those six-sided stars, just like the police mark on our IDs. The last Tales game I looked at promotional material for was Tales of Exilia 1. I didn't look at any of the promotional material for 2.
Yes, and you assume Mega would be upset about me saying that frickin' Winston, or Gaspin, uses a different sound file, and what a surprise, he wasn't. So
they would have gotten that out of the way in the case itself. I mean,
everybody.
That ruined the surprise for me. Well, actually, then again, I would have ruined the surprise by looking at the profiles because the profiles revealed that before Gaspin revealed that to me.
Not everyone gives a crap like you do. You're in the super minority.
I'm sorry, man. Like, you know,
I'm not saying it. I'm not saying it. Like, I'm saying I'm gonna spoil things for you. I'm saying not everybody that watches your videos cares. Like, nobody does.
Well,
In fact,
I don't care about the minority. I'm not the only one.
Shut up, I'm talking. The people that would care have already played the game. Because the game is like, how many years old at this point?
Not necessarily. Wait, what game?
How many years old? Dual Destinies.
Oh. Well, I mean, you don't know.
How many years old at this point? I give it 5 months.
I don't know,
5
man.
months after the game comes out, that's whenever I stop caring about spoilers.
Oh, well, that's a very short time frame then. I really don't think you can call these stars. To say that the detectives they are, it sense, is underdeveloped would be an understatement. The real question is, why was the Babalese Embassy Secretariat holding this? While we don't know how Mr. Kochin came to possess this key, we do know that this was stolen by the Yatagarasu from the Kondopian Embassy. That's right, Mr. Faraday had written the fact down in his organizer. I believe this means that the further research is required in the country of Kodopia. Why don't you ask Ambassador Paleno about what he knows? Supposedly he was a candidate to be the next Kodopian ambassador so once long ago.
God,
he
it's
should
hot
be...
in this freaking room.
What?
God, it's hot in this freaking room.
Yeah, it's so... actually, it's not that hot in here yet. It's only 84 right now. He should be able to answer any specific questions you may have. Oh, really now? Will he be able to answer those sorts of questions, or will he not?
I think we're done here.
Alright, what's you gotta say about this, man? Kodopia. Ambassador Poleno, I was wondering if I may ask you about Kodopia. Kodopia? Alright, what would you like to talk about? First, I'd like to ask you about this key. What about this key? I found it sticking out of Mr. Kochin's pocket. I believe it originally belonged to this embassy, is that correct? Upon closer inspection, it seems that this key is shaped like a butterfly. That's not all about this key.
When's Berseria supposed to be coming out here?
Early 2017?
Yeah, that's what I thought.
That's not all about this key. It's also capable of changing into a knife, but apparently as of the time of recording this,
it came
August
out in Japan.
17th, it's come out in Japan finally, so... Well, all the more need to continue to avoid those spoilers, man. You gotta make sure no final bosses get spoiled to me like I accidentally somehow spoiled Exilia 1's final boss, because yay. Woo. It's not all about this key. It's also capable of changing into a knife. Oh.
I mean, I honestly saw Exilia 1's final boss coming from a mile away, but that's just me.
Yeah, in story, that's fine, but... I saw it coming
like,
before...
as soon as I first met him, I knew that it was him.
I didn't. Oh, I mean, yeah, I did, because I saw the spoilers, but... I wouldn't have come to that conclusion if I didn't already see that spoiler. So, yeah. Anyway. Oh, how fascinating. Is it possible that the ambassador didn't know about the existence of this key? In its knife form, there is a flower mark at the base of the blade. I guess this knife might be from when we used to be part of Kodopia. And how did you come to that conclusion?
Amazing that he can scream "hold it" with his mouth closed.
How do you know his mouth's closed?
He was on screen.
Oh, he was?
Yeah.
It has both of Kodopia's national symbols, the butterfly and the flower. I suppose many used this key here at the embassy back when we were still Kodopia.
He looks really serious right now.
Key used at embassy. This key was stolen from the Kodopian embassy 7 years ago by the Yatagarasu. Oh, by the way, that makes 6 pieces of logic now.
Okay.
And you're saying it wasn't gonna be higher than 5, so there you go.
I said it's not usually. It's very rare that it's higher than 5.
I don't know if you said that, but regardless, that is the proof that it is now, it can go to 6. So all the more reason not to go do the logic right away when you get 5, because you never know if you might get a 6th one.
I just do the logic whenever I see ones that make sense.
But what if there's multiple ones that make sense?
I've never had that happen.
I thought there was multiple. Well, apparently there was,
your logic
because
doesn't make sense.
You've had some logics that were wrong that I was right on, so apparently there would be multiple logic that would have made sense, I guess.
Okay, and if I put the two of them together, then I would think, oh, I did that wrong, and then I'd go find another piece of logic.
So therefore you ended up wasting your
We haven't
meter.
even, apart from whenever you were being just the dumbest thing ever. We never even came close to failing.
Well, I mean, we failed once. I think that's
Yeah, and that was because you were being stupid and stubborn.
No, I wasn't.
Yeah, you were.
I was just being stupid.
And stubborn because you wouldn't accept my help. You even muted me because you wouldn't accept my help.
Well, first of all, I listened to you after the fact, and you weren't even saying anything, so apparently I didn't...
Yes, because you told me that you muted me, so I wasn't even gonna bother saying it.
Well, because you knew the answer. I didn't want to be helped.
I didn't know the answer. I didn't know it from prior knowledge. I knew it because I put it together. Well, I told you that afterward.
Anyway, well, Ambassador Heleno, this key is stolen from the Cadopian embassy 7 years ago. By Callisto Yu, otherwise known as the Great Thief Yatagarasu. Oh, really? You were not aware that Mr. Yu had broken into the embassy at that time? I'm sorry, I can't be of much help. I'm not very familiar with the details, you see. How old is he again? He's like 30-something, right? 37? He does not look that old. I would honestly say late 20s.
Everyone looks like they're in their late 20s in this game.
Apparently. I'm sorry, I can't be of much help. I'm not very familiar with the details, you see. I only became the ambassador after Babel became its own independent nation. But if Manny were still alive, he would probably know about what happened back then.
He looks familiar, like that stance and that face.
Well, I did say he kind of reminded me of Damon Gant a little bit, so I don't know. Mr. Kochin and Miss Yu knew each other 7 years ago. I don't know if that's the same comparison you're drawing, but...
Not even close.
Other than that, he's not reminding me of anyone.
Well, I've played a lot more JRPGs than you.
But that doesn't explain why I found Yatagarasu's key here in the present. Yeah, that's very true. Someone on Twitter the other day was asking me if I knew about any JRPGs, and I was like, I don't.
Should have sent him my way.
I just said, like, Kingdom Hearts, and, like, which isn't really even a JRPG, if you ask me. It was made by a Japanese developer, but I figured...
And it's made by a Japanese developer, and it's an RPG, so it's a JRPG.
I don't remember what else I told that guy. I told him something else, but... whatever. I don't remember. Either way, but that doesn't explain why I found the Yatagarasu's key here in the present. I mean, I could look it up right now, I guess. I mean, it's not like me looking at the internet's gonna ruin this recording. I mean, literally, I could look at it right now. I'm gonna do that right now, everyone.
I learned yesterday that Conception 2 came out on Steam, and that's freaking awesome.
Yeah, I saw that for some reason.
Conception 2 is a pretty cool concept for a game, even though the gameplay itself is a bit of a slog.
Yeah, I suppose so.
Just the combat itself, it's stupidly difficult for no reason, and there's no real way to grind.
I don't remember where I said something about this.
I saw something about Pokemon up higher.
Pokemon?
Yeah.
Oh, I said something about Dot Hack. I guess I forgot about the other JRPGs I played, apparently, like Legend of Gaia and Arc the Lad. I'm dumb, apparently. Like, or maybe he was asking for PS... Wait, what was he at? I don't remember what he was asking for. Regardless, though, I think I said Kingdom Hearts and the Dot Hack series for some reason. I don't know why I specifically said Dot Hack and none of the other ones I played, because it's not like... Oh, wait, no. Okay, I remember why. Because the guy doesn't like turn-based RPGs. He wanted to know about action RPGs, and all those other JRPGs I've played were turn-based, so... That's why. That makes sense. Now I understand.
I guess Dot Hack is pretty atypical.
Yeah, well, it was kind of action-y, I guess, from what I recall.
More like MMO. For a reason, the game's based inside an MMO.
Yeah, I guess. Is there anyone else I should talk to before I logic things up? Oh, Gumshoe. The crime scene. It looks like all that's left is a bunch of burned stuff. Well, I guess we got all the info we need now, huh, sir? Yes, it would appear so.
We should play Baten Kaitos.
I thought you were gonna say Bayonetta. I was like, okay.
Yeah, that's never gonna happen. Bayonetta is just a shallow rip-off of freaking Devil May Cry made by the same people.
Bayonetta 2 has multiplayer.
Yeah, no, I saw the Rooster Teeth guys play it.
You never want to play that. We could play that or something, maybe. I don't know. But you know, after all is said and done, I still have no idea what's going on. Nope, not a clue, sir. I just can't figure it out.
I told you, the next game I want to play with you is freaking Resident Evil 5.
Detective Gumshoe. No, the next game you want to play is Mario Power Tennis.
I'm talking about the next, like, story game. I mean, we just finished Saints Row.
Bayonetta 2 multiplayer isn't story-based as far as I'm aware. Detective Gumshoe is nothing to get so worked up over. Oh, you mean I should use that thing, right? Defunction? No, that's not it. Projection? No, that's not it either. I think it sounded like... Oh, I've got it. Lock it.
It's logic, Detective. Logic. Now that I've collected some information, the next step is to connect a few of them together to see if I can make sense of this mess.
God, Fulbright is so much freaking better than Gumshoe.
Hey, idiots. Time to use logic.
Yeah.
Fulbright is kind of interesting. I'd probably, if I was voicing him, I'd probably give him the Valiant Gamori voice because he seems like that kind of character to me.
It's so much better than Gumshoe.
He's interesting. He also talks about justice, and I like justice. Justice is cool.
In justice we trust.
Kind of ironic, all things considered, but anyway. This statue resembles that hero, the Steel Samurai, don't you think? I was thinking, what would you say to changing its name to the Steel Samurai statue? Wait, did Edgeworth say that, or did Polano say that? Well, anyway, whatever. It just might attract a few more tourists. I guess it was him that said that.
You're freaking characters. I'm not paying attention.
Your country, if I did right.
If I'm not sure what to think, I thought that the thing was a national treasure.
It might have been, it might not have been. You never know, Edgeworth. You just need to do that. Oh dear. Okay, so I can't skip this. If people were to find out that a murder occurred at our embassy, the number of tourists would plummet, as would our revenues. It'd be a disaster. What are we going to do?
He really does seem worried. Perhaps I should refrain from bringing this up.
God, it just... The way that his tone changes just really reminds me of someone, and I can't think of who it was.
Oh yeah? Why did this...
Like, he goes from being nervous and, like rubbing his hands together, and then he'll just get really serious.
I find it weird they let me skip that, but it was a different piece of thing.
Ambassador Polano...
Maybe you've already done it.
I need to know more about this...
Yeah, you already did.
Tornado must decline. Oh wait, where did I do that then?
The first time he showed up, like a week ago, the last time we recorded.
We just got the knife is from this.
Yeah, he has multiple different things.
I find that really weird that the knife is connected to the freaking whatchamacallit though. That's weird.
Connected
Why?
To what?
What?
Connected to what? The murder?
The Steel Samurai autograph and the Yatagarasu's key are apparently connected to each other? Like, how is that? That doesn't make any sense.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Because...
How many times are you gonna show her your freaking badge?
I didn't mean to do that. Look, you talk to this guy, you show him the Steel Samurai thing, and then you show him the knife, and apparently he gives it the same explanation. But this and that have the same explanation too.
Those, the knife and the dead body are both about the murder, so they make sense having the same freaking definition.
Oh? But the knife isn't?
No, that isn't about the murder. That's just a piece of evidence you found on the body.
It was on the person who got murdered.
So? The freaking statue was in the area where you found the body. Does that make it part of the murder?
I don't know, man. I don't know.
No, stop being stupid.
It appears that... It appears that he died of a stab wound. Arng! Whoever did this had a lot of nerve. I like whipping things. Excuse me. I just can't fathom that. What could have led the killer to turn a knife against a man?
What is wrong with Von Karma?
And I just can't fathom what the prosecutor lashing out with her whip is thinking.
Who knows, Edgeworth? Who knows? Would you mind not pointing that in my direction? It's dangerous!
Why is he just carrying it around? In fact, he's not. It's on the freaking ground.
Apparently he is carrying it around. He must be carrying an exact replica of it. And anyway, why are you showing it to me?
I have no particular reason.
Gnurk!
Yeah, really swinging a whip at a guy that has a knife. It's good thought.
If you have no reason, don't you bring that dangerous object near me? Do you understand?
Is she really that oblivious to the irony in that statement? She lets loose that dangerous whip of hers for no reason all the time.
That's true.
That whip's hardly dangerous.
Oh, come on. It's completely dangerous. Would you mind not pointing that in my direction? It's dangerous. So, she says the same thing with both knives?
Okay, well that one kind of makes sense, because he probably did take the key.
There's a different picture, though, so it seems a little weird that it'd be exactly the same. Like, oh, this is a different knife, though, so, like, what is wrong with you, Edgeworth? Why are you
Do the
doing
freaking
it?
logic already, my god.
My gosh, hold on, I need to talk to them. Wasn't there something I can present to them?
Kay, are you over here?
No, apparently not. Can I talk
Just
to her?
pointing in the opposite direction.
I do like pointing in the opposite direction. Oh my gosh, maybe I can't talk to her after all.
Well, yeah, she talks whenever you talk to that spot.
I suppose not, but on the next exciting episode, though, we will do some logic, finally.
It feels like it's been like 5 seconds, and we did nothing.
How do you know? Could have been 5 minutes.
We've
2.
done nothing this whole episode.
It could have been 3.
We spent half of it on Twitter.
I mean... I was just trying to prove a point there, like, you know, to say, like, oh, what was I talking about recently? Because I didn't remember. I was like, oh, that's it.
Okay, we did nothing in this episode.
Yeah, we did.
Nothing.
We
Yeah, I
talked to
know we
people.
did. We did nothing.
Talked to people, got some evidence. Dude, if
Did
talking
we
to
get
people
evidence?
if talking to people and getting evidence is considered nothing, then I
I don't
don't
think
know.
we got any evidence.
Yeah, we got both the knives.
Did we? Because I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure we did that last time.
No, I think we got that one last episode. We got this knife, we got that knife, we got a new logic, we presented all the evidence to other people,
Presenting the evidence did nothing.
we checked Twitter. We did a lot today, we did a lot. So anyway, whatever. On the next exciting episode, we'll
Okay,
do a lot
so
more.
Basically, what you're saying is we got a knife, and that was it.
We got 2 knives.
No, you said we got the other knife last episode.
No. I said we got the crime scene last episode.
Oh my god.
We got this thing, notes on Kochin's body, and then we got both of these knives this episode.
So it took us 30 minutes to pick up 2 pieces of evidence right in front of our face.
And then talk to Kochin, talk to Gumshoe, talk to Francisca.
Kochin's dead. We didn't talk to him.
He reminds me of Kochin, so excuse me.
And talking to him, Gumshoe and Francisca gave us nothing.
They have the same exquisite hair. That is one thing about the classic Ace Attorney. There's no useless characters to be talking to. I mean, you can present them evidence, I guess, useless evidence, but you can't talk to useless characters that don't really add anything to the conversation. So
Yeah, because this added more of an exploratory thing with the investigations, rather than just looking around at a crime scene.
probably one of the reasons why this is taking way over 50 episodes already. I mean, who knows? Maybe without all this wasting time elements, it would have been closer to 50. But I imagine it's probably gonna be like, if this is really gonna be as long as Case 5 of the first game, like maybe it's gonna be like 65 or 70 episodes. Maybe that's what I'm thinking. I don't know. We'll see though. Either way, though, on the next exciting episode, when we will find out if this takes 65 or 70 episodes. I'm
Please,
lying,
God.
honestly, but I don't care.
Please, God, kill me now.
See you later, everyone. Bye.